now past 11:03 a bit, so again, thank you everybody for attending an introduction to Question Pro. You should be able to see my screen here, so we're going to go ahead and get started with how to set up an online survey on Question Pro today. So before we jump into our agenda, I wanted to introduce to you a little bit more information about Question Pro. So we started back in 2002 and we're headquartered out of Seattle, Washington. We are number 172 out of 500 fastest growing private companies in the U.S. And we're number 12 on Puget Sound Journal's Top 100 in Washington. We have well over 6,000 clients and we're growing. And besides Question Pro, we also have Survey Analytics, IdeaScale, and MicroPoll as some of the other software products that we have online that are available. So again, my name here is Esther Lavielle. I'm an account manager over at Question Pro and Survey Analytics. So on today's agenda, we're going to be showing you how to build a survey from scratch. I'll show you access to format and edit your survey deployment options, as well as some basic reports and analysis tools that we have on Question Pro. So our first task today is going to be building a survey from scratch, editing and formatting. We'll be looking at all the different various question types that we have, where to access, changing the headers and footers and logos, how you can add that in there. We can also look at how to format your surveys to make it more like your company's, feel and style and so on and so forth. And we'll look at some finish options, which will be thank you pages, how to redirect it to your site, and that kind of stuff. And the last thing about building a survey is how to apply logic, basically how to build an intellectual survey by using branching and or looping tools. Let's go ahead and go live to my Question Pro account here. And just 1 second here. So you'll see here that I am logged in. And to get started, I want to go to my Surveys tab. And to begin a first survey, you just need to click on Create a New Survey. And here you'll be prompted with 3 different selections. You can choose to copy a survey template, which we have already for you, and you can go in and make changes. The one we're going to do today is build a survey from scratch, which is a wizard-based survey creation tool. And then if you'd like to import a Word document, you can also do that as well. And to access the format in which you need to do that, you just click on Continue, and you can download a sample doc in which you can show you how to upload a Word doc. So let's go with New Survey from Scratch here. And what you do is just give it a name. Select what folder you would like to add it in. Usually it'll start off with the main and default folder, but you can also select other ones if you would like. Click on Next. After that, you'll be able to select a layout option and do Quick Preview. And if you're not sure, you're not 100% stuck on a certain theme, you can always go back and make changes. So you can select something for now and make changes later. The next one is social media. Whether or not you want to connect to Facebook and get people to log in via Facebook Connect to take a survey, you can click on this to make that happen. If not, unclick it, and then click on Finish. So this is a blank template that you see right now, and the only option that you have is to add a question to your survey. So it's the only button you'll see. So to do that, just click on Add a New Question, and you'll be able to access all of your different question types that we have. And that will include multiple choice, open-ended text, matrix, table questions. You'll also be able to access some formatting below with some presentation headings, and also some miscellaneous below. So if you are interested in seeing an example of each of these, you can do so by just clicking on one and click on View Sample. And this will allow you to preview what the template could possibly look like. If you decide you want to go with multiple choice, select one. You can click on Next and open up a template in which you can go in and make changes to. So you can change this answer and save. And this is what it would look like so far. And once you've added your very first question in your survey template, you'll be able to see that there's a lot more buttons that you can work with. So this will include on the top left-hand corner the edit header, so you can go in and edit a header and give it a name or add a logo. You can also choose to add an intro text. So this will allow you to open up one. We have one that's a default, but you can go in and make changes to that. Save question. And so that should come up above. And then the next one after that on the left side is the images and multimedia. And this is where you can start uploading your image that you would like to use in your survey or images. And then all you would need to do, once you've uploaded it, which is very similar to how you would upload any kind of pictures in an email, is to copy and paste the HTML. So all you would need to do is just take a copy of this and include it. You can also choose to set it as your banner or remove. So this will show on every single page of my new survey. And then go back to add and edit question, which is right here. All you need to do is go back and paste it into the template. All of our templates are HTML enabled, so you can go ahead and just copy and paste anything there. In terms of limitations with the library that you have, you can access and store up to 100 megabytes per account. So that's quite a bit. That would also include images, audio, multimedia, and or videos. So we have a lot of options for you that you can use. So I'm going back to our question, and we're going to look at the thumbnails next, which will include, how to access changes to your settings, some formatting options that you have within a question type. You can also copy over a question. So this is taking a little bit longer than normal. Just 1 second here. Okay, here we go. So you'll see here on the right side of your survey that you can go in and make edits here. So you open up your template. You can access settings here or here. And under settings, you'll be able to access many different options. So if you require a question to be answered, you must validate it here. If you would like to randomize the answers in your survey, you can randomize them here. If you would like to make changes to the answer display, so instead of doing radio buttons, you'd like to do a drop-down box, you can. And if you would like to change from vertical to horizontal, you can. And then also change the number of columns you would like your answers to be in. Below here, you'll also be able to access additional options. So if you would like to change the alignment of the buttons from the right to the left, above or below, you can. You can also choose the default selection, so it will automatically choose these answers before you continue. And then if you'd like to exclude randomization to very specific answers, like none of the above, instead of randomizing all of them, you can do that. And then if you have like a none of the above or question type, you can do what's called an exclusive option, which will allow you to be able to force someone to only answer one question. And if they only answer that question, they can't select anything else. And if they do, an error message will force them to go back and only select one question. So an exclusive option can be added. So go ahead and close that if you need to make changes. Other things you can do is you can also review the display settings. So if you'd like to include additional instructions, change the display like alternating colors with a border, change the question width, answer width, you can make changes here. Other things that you can do is you can do a reorder of your question types. So if you would rather change, clue 1 and clue 2 and switch them around, you can do that here. And then if you'd like to do a quick preview of just the question alone, you can. So let's just do a quick preview of what we've built so far. So this is my banner. This is the question type. I've added alternating colors and a border around it. So you can select one and then continue. And that's what we have so far. You can also choose to copy your question over. You can copy it over into your survey more than once. And you can also copy into your library. So if you have questions like demographics or such, you can go ahead and make copies of it into your library and then save a copy of it so you can access in the future and save yourself a lot of time in building a survey. Other things I wanted to show you here, we're almost done with all the buttons, is whether or not you want to add a separator or get rid of a separator. You can also choose to add a page break, which you'll see here, or not. And then you can also include on the bottom a footer. So this again, similar to the header, you can add your company logo and a picture or anything like that. And then you can also make some changes to the thank you page. So you can put thank you for taking my survey. There is also another area where I would suggest to further on add some changes to the thank you page. So this is just very preliminary, but to really use the thank you page or finish options to make changes to your thank you page is much more preferred. But this is one area that you can do it in. So I just wanted to show you the rest of the buttons. Other things that we do have under Edit Survey is our display options. Display options will allow you to go in and change your theme once again, and you can do that from the different themes that we have here, or you can also go down and select different color templates, or if you know some custom templates, you can go in and make changes there. You can also go in and change the font type to match your company font, and then font size. You'll also be able to make changes to survey width. So we have a default now, but you can also make it larger and or smaller. And scrolling down below, you'll also be able to change the navigation button. So if you want to say continue or next or something, you can go in and change that. You can also enable some exit survey buttons, back buttons, social network toolbar if you want to make your survey viral. And then if you want to go in and change the progress bar location or take it out, you can. If you're looking to build a multilingual survey and you know how to translate it on your own, you can go ahead and access and add as many languages as you like. I believe we can support over 38 languages, but you would need to translate it on your own. What this will do is allow you to prompt the survey to go in and add more than one language. So you can go in, add a bunch right here. So go ahead and close that. And the last thing we have is the validation message. We have one that's automatically here saying questions marked with a star are required. So you can change this if you like, or if you don't want that to show up, you can just take it out. And of course, anytime you make changes to this entire page, nothing will be saved unless you click on Save Changes. And then you'll see on the top that a survey options updated successfully. So you'll see a long green line on top. Once you get really good with building surveys on Question Pro, an even easier way to review your surveys to ensure that everything's been applied correct is to look at it via the global options. So you'll be able to look at the code, the description, and any logic that you've applied. You can do a quick search and replace, and also update some selected questions that you would have from here. In addition, you can also do some survey control and go into security, add some password protection on this, enable SSL security, prevent people from taking the survey more than once by clicking on Prevent Ballot Box Stuffing, enable Save and Continue if it's a long survey and you want people to come back to where they left off, you can select that. And then you can also update quota control. So if you want to activate a survey for a certain amount of time or inactivate it, and then click on an inactive message describing why. You can go ahead and update that. And then you can also choose how long you would like to deploy a survey, and then also, manage the survey quota. So if you only want 200 completes, you can change that. And of course, save your changes. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to look at logic options. So what I've done is I've put together a survey for you to review, and it has all the examples of the surveys that, including questions that we've already gone through. So here's a survey. Just to give a quick background, it's a food study, which is what I've titled it, and I'm targeting women who purchased and consumed chocolate in the past month. And so what I've done here is I've added an introduction. I've included a gender question, which is a multi-choice select one. And then I've also have a multi-choice select all. And then also a drop-down question example, ranking, and contact info below, as well as a comment box. So this is what it looks like initially. And what I am going to do here is I'm going to terminate men because I'm not targeting them for this particular survey. So to do that, you want to click on Add and Update Logic. And we're doing an example of a branching skip logic. So click on branching skip logic, and what we're doing here is we're terminating men. Click on the drop down, select terminate survey, females, which food items we have, and we're just pushing them to the next question. You'll notice here that the piping text and custom variables, we're going to keep that open for now because we are only interested in terminating and pushing people over who selected particular answers. So it does not need to be filled in order for it to work. Next thing below here you see is the default destination. So if they do not select the branching question, we'll just keep that at no branching right now because we are branching both answers. Update branching option, and you'll see that's successfully updated. And then you can do a quick preview to ensure that it works. So males should be terminated, and it has been. So that's great. The next one is going to be a little bit more complicated. There's another example of a branching and skip logic. So right here with this question, I don't care if they've selected coffee, tea, ice cream, or cake. I only am interested if they are a chocolate consumer or they purchased it in the last month. So to apply this, this is also a branching skip logic. And then what we've done here is we have not applied branching to coffee, tea, ice cream, or cake because I don't care about those answers. And then if they do select chocolate, I am going to push them to question 3, which is how much they spent in the past month on chocolate. And then, of course, if they have selected none of the above, they are not the right person for the survey, so I'm going to go ahead and terminate them. I'm keeping the piping text and custom variables open for now. And in order to capture anyone who says coffee, tea, ice cream, or cake and have not selected chocolate, we are going to enable the default destination. So if it is selected, if it's not selected or branching isn't selected, we're going to terminate them from the survey. So update that. See that it's been successfully updated and closed. And let's go ahead and do a quick preview to ensure that it's been applied correct. So if I have not selected coffee, tea, ice cream, or cake, they should be terminated. Or if I did. So it does. And then doing another preview, we should make sure that if they do select chocolates and coffee and tea, they should go to a next question. So it has been. So that's great. also be able to access and see, depending on the question types, what kind of logic is applicable to it. So let's go ahead and just open up, and I'll just show you a little bit here with, say for instance, a comment box. If you require them to add a question, you can add some show or hide question logic to it, and that kind of stuff. But then if you go to different question types, such as a multi-select, you'll see that we have a lot more different options for logic that you can apply. So these are the ones that you can apply. If it does not show up as an option, then it's not available. So that's a good note to know. And, whether or not you choose branching, skip logic versus show or hide, or dynamic text or whatever, I mean, it does take a little bit of time to learn all of it, but I do suggest that you spend some time figuring out which one would work, because sometimes branching is easy to do, however, it's not always the best thing. And you can always access our help files to learn more about that. So let's go ahead and do a quick preview of your entire survey that we've put together once we've looked at some finish options. So we're going to go ahead and go under Edit Survey, Survey Control, Finish Options. So again, as I had said earlier, the thank you page that we were able to open up and review will allow you to make changes to the thank you page message. However, I always feel like a lot of people miss this opportunity to further market to the respondents. So we have a lot of really good finish options that you can use. So let's go ahead and open them up here by clicking on the drop-down box. So the first one we have is the thank you page with a link. And it doesn't have to go back to Question Pro. You can make it go to your company site or whatever. So that is a really important opportunity to market to people. And if you have a corporate account, you can also do some advanced options below, such as automatic redirect. So once they've done taking a survey, you can redirect them to whatever website you would like. You can also allow them to just close the window, do a spotlight report, which allows them to review their answers compared to other people who've taken the survey. And you can give them options to forward to a friend. So if you want your survey to go viral, this is a great way to do that. And they can select up to 10 friends for you. And if you'd like for them to review and print their survey, you can click here. And if you're interested in doing panel integration, these are the companies that we are currently working with. So you can pick one, and then you'll be able to pass through the survey URL and match the person from the panel to your survey when you look at your results later. Other things you can see under Finish Options besides making changes to your thank you message is you can make changes to your terminate message. So if you just have someone who doesn't qualify and you want to let them down easy, this is a great way to go in and make some changes. And then you can also put in a overquota message as well. So again, it's really common in doing surveys just to be as courteous as possible. So going in and making changes to these templates is very appreciated by survey takers, and they'll want to come back and take another survey from you. So let's go ahead and do a preview of our survey. And to do a preview of the entire survey, what you would need to do is go to the top right-hand corner here, click on Preview, and this is what the respondent is going to see once they have clicked on a link. So like we said earlier, whether or not they want to take a survey in English or Spanish or a different language, they can do that. And this will take them directly to the intro. And we should look at our questions. start, and then this is the thank you page with a link example. So I have mine linked to Amazon. So if I click on here, it should go directly to Amazon. So it does. That's great. And then they can get their coupon or whatever you'd like to give as an incentive. So go ahead and close that. The next thing we're going to look at here today is some survey deployment options, and that will include links, social networking sites, pop-up surveys, and also a review of QuestionPro's email management system, which will allow you to send out a lot of surveys and emails at one time without blocking or blacklisting your email, your corporate email. So let's go ahead and just click on the Send Survey tab here. First thing you'll see is our survey link, so you can go in and copy and paste and add it pretty much anywhere from your website to business cards to Craigslist, wherever. It says you can customize it here, but actually you cannot. I want to let you know that ahead of time. If you just want to do a quick email invite, and if you already have some emails already uploaded, you can just click on email invitation, and then you can access your list here, and then send out, make changes to your subject line, and then choose to track your respondents or keep them anonymous, include replacement variables. So right here I have first and last name, and then go ahead and send out a copy. So right now I'm going to go ahead and just click this for fun, and what this will do is it will prompt me whether or not I want to keep the existing data as is and move on with the distribution, or delete and proceed, or cancel and distribution. So in this case I'm just going to cancel it and proceed, and that takes me back to my email management tab. Other things that you can do here is you can also update the web intercept settings, and that will include pop-ups. So you have your pop-up survey. All you have to do is just copy and paste the HTML, give that to your web developer, or if you are the web developer, just copy and paste that and add it to your website. You can also include a feedback tab, so if you find pop-ups to be quite annoying, but you would like to still solicit feedback, doing a tab is a great way to do it. And if you'd like to make any changes to your website pop-up, just click on pop-up settings, and you can make changes as needed. Going back to our send survey options again, we're just going to look at the last two, which is connecting links to Facebook right here and or Twitter. And so as more and more people are going to gather feedback via social media, we make it really easy, as a matter of fact, just by clicking on a button to post on your Facebook page. Next thing we're going to look at is part of the QuestionPro email management system. The first part is to manage invitations, and this is the email invite that I had used when we were going to email the list that you just saw earlier. And right now I have a default. You can preview what this looks like and go ahead and make changes by clicking on edit. And you can also go ahead and use this section to go ahead and email directly, so it'll open up the same kind of page you saw earlier. And then you can also go in here and change your mail settings. So if you don't want it to come from you as the administrator, you can make changes and edit this. And so you can make it say it's from someone else. You can also go in and change the link text instead of, say start now. You can do click here to begin or something and save your changes. Other things that's really important inside here is this CAN-SPAM compliance. Basically, by law, the United States is required that companies type in a company address and information so they can ensure that they are in compliance. And so you're required to add a legitimate mailing address. There's no exceptions to the rules. So and you can't email to people you have no prior contact or have not specifically opted in to receive an email from you. So this is very important to add this information. And in our system, we do allow it, it doesn't show it here, but they can also go in and specifically subscribe or unsubscribe to the list. So this is an example of a list that I've popped up and added. So I've got 3 active emails here, and if you have anybody who's unsubscribed, you can still use this list and they'll never be emailed again. And if we are doing pending verification, that means that we are not able to verify if it's a valid email or not, so they have not gotten an email. And if there's any dupes or duplicates or bounced emails, you can review and remove if needed. And if you need to do a quick search of a certain person, say for instance someone had come in and emailed you personally, didn't use the unsubscribe button but asked to unsubscribe, you can go in and make changes if needed and do a search. You can also continue to add to each of the email lists if you need. So you can do it one of 2 ways. You can go in and add 1 per line and update. And then you can also do a list. So below here is uploading an email address or CSV file. And if you are interested in uploading not just their email and first and last name, but some other information like their demographics, household income, number of children, homeowner, renter, or something like that, you can actually upload up to 255 variables. So this will make for some great segmentation data later. And without having to ask some particular questions in your survey, because you already know a lot about them. So you can click on this, click on Browse, and select your CSV file, and then upload. And going back. Once you have sent out an email, you can go ahead and click on your sent items. And this will allow you to look at your distribution history, and we give it a timestamp, a batch ID, which is kind of like a confirmation code. And you'll be able to go in and review who was it sent to, what was the email group name, how many people are still looking to participate, who's completed it. And then for those who have not completed it, you can send a reminder, make any edits and update as needed. So those are our send survey options. We do have opportunities if you're interested in just using a corporate email or Gmail account. We do have help files on those, so you can always go look those up. So if you don't want to use QuestionPro's email management system, we do have other options as well. So the third task today is the reports and analysis tools. With QuestionPro, you'll be able to export your data in Excel, CSV, SPSS formats, as well as downloading some charts via the PowerPoint, Word, or Excel. You can also do some grouping and segmentation as well as filtering your reports accordingly. So if you just want to look at completed surveys or you want to look at just terminated surveys, you can do that without having to do much work with sorting out your raw data. So let's go ahead and go live there. So click on reports. And anytime you click on the reports, you'll just be able to get a chart, which is just an overall. So you saw that here I've got 200 started the survey, 32 completed. And going under reports, you'll be able to dig into overall real-time summary, in which you can share this permalink. You'll be able to review, and you'll see here we have already calculated mean, confidence interval, standard deviation, and standard error for each of these. You can also go into individual participant statistics. So if you'd like to look at the completed and do some validation work on each of the completed, you can click on that and click on specific response IDs just to look at some info about one particular person. You can also change the system headers from system headers to all questions only. So if you just want to look at overall completes and look at the answers in the survey instead, you can. So this will make changes here in a second. So these will be all the questions in your survey, and then the answers are below. be able to look at some open-ended text all together into a report. A lot of times people find it very difficult to review open-ended text in export data, so this is a much easier way to look at your open-ended text and make some distinct analysis from it already. So this is just a report for open-ended text. And the last thing I have under reports is the export data. So this is where you can go in and do a raw data export. You can do it in Excel or CSV. You can also include open-ended text or raw data, or you can take it out. You can specify what report options you have, and then also do additional filters with date, time, and also filter responses by completed or not completed, and then download a copy. Scrolling down below, you'll see that you can also look at charts and analytics export, PowerPoint, Word, Excel, templates. You can select one, and then you can also specify some additional data filters. So if you only want to look and get charts based off of completed surveys, you can. And then below here is where you would do SPSS. So if you do the majority of your analysis right now in SPSS, you can go inside here and download your data via, time constraints or response status. And then once it's downloaded, they can just open it up in SPSS and make additional analysis as needed. We do have some online tools that are available on Question Pro, which also includes class tabulations. You can also do the custom reports and charts, and you'll also be able to do banners and or pivot tables, so you can download based off of various pivots. And then you'll also be able to do some report sharing. So we do have, if you just want to look at overall report sharing, you just copy and paste these permalinks and send those out. And then if you also want to customize the reports based off of very specific answers in your survey, you can customize these as needed. So this is a permalink to share, and you can download however you like it, add a logo, and make it professional. And then also update your data points here, which is just different answers or questions from your survey. Below that, we have some advanced analysis tools, like you can do data segmentation, trending, configure analytics, turf analysis. We go over those on Thursday, so I won't be going over those today. So if you're interested in learning more in terms of how to do data segmentation and setting that up, we can help you Thursday during our free training then. So I'm going to open up this opportunity to answer any questions anybody might have. If you have any questions, again, just go ahead and post those in the question control box. And right now, I'm just going to show you we have the help and resources. So you'll see that you can look at the search knowledge base at any time. And you can also go in and access our video learning series. So if you'd like to do a quick preview of how to add branching or looping, you can go in and review a video. We also have live chat and email available, and trainings available every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. And then we also have Question Pro for Dummies book as well. So if you are a user and you'd like a book, all you need to do is sign up for a blog and then send us a separate email with a physical address and tell us the number of copies you'd like us to send you, and we can take care of that as well. So again, if you haven't signed up for Thursday's advanced training, it is at 11 a.m. Pacific time. It does go over some more complex things like complex question types, complex logics like compound blade branching, and also some advanced analysis tools. That's where we'll be able to take care of those. Here's the pricing overview of Question Pro. So you can review this. And if you are a current university licensed university student and a faculty, there's information in which you can access and talk to our Director of Academic Licensing. You can get a free license on Question Pro, and Didier will be the one who can help you with that. So for those who have attended training today, I want to thank you so much for being a part of it. And as a thank you to you guys, we give you 1 month for free. So that's a $99 value. For anyone who is an existing Question Pro account, or if you are not but would like to sign up for an account and take advantage of 1 month free, you have to do it today. So as a thank you for all existing Question Pro members, or for those who want to take advantage of this, go ahead and email me and or post something on the GoToMeeting here or GoToWebinar, and I'll be more than happy to give you 1 month for free. So take advantage of it if you can. I really feel like 1 month free is a great savings. $99. You can use that to spend on other things you would need in your office. So this is great. If you do have additional questions and you don't know whether or not you want to ask them now or later, you can always email me here at esther.rmah@surveyanalytics.com. You can also subscribe to our blog, and then also access our training schedule and give some feedback, and we'll be more than happy to help you. So it looks right now as though there are no questions. So again, I want to thank everybody who have attended. Again, if you have not, but you would like to email me your email that you use for your Question Pro account, and I can give you 1 month for free, let me know. This is your only opportunity to take advantage of this. So again, take care of that if you can. So thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of our free online training today. Again, my name is Esther Lavielle. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Bye-bye.